where are you from? And I said, New York. He said, New York, yes, that's a very interesting place. Do you know a lot of New Yorkers who keep talking about the fact that they want to leave but never do? And I said, oh, yes. And he said, why do you think they don't leave? I gave him different banal theories. He said, oh, I don't think it's that way at all. He said, I think that New York is the new model for the new concentration camp, where the camp has been built by the inmates themselves, and the inmates are the guards, and they have this pride in this thing they've built. They've built their own prison, and so they exist in a state of schizophrenia, where they are both guards and prisoners, and as a result, they no longer have, having been lobotomized, the capacity to leave the prison they've made, or to even see it as a prison.
If you fill me in a little bit once in a while, did you ever think of that?
It has nothing to do with me, and even less to do with you.
It's curiosity. Did you ever hear of that? It's just goddamn human nature.
Listen, if there's one surefire rule that I have learned in this business is that I don't know anything about human nature. I don't know anything about curiosity. That's not part of what I do. This is my business.
To their marriage or their family, their home, their schoolwork, and so on. Others are people with more serious disturbances, people who have had really serious troubles in life, who find themselves continually defeated by life and its problems.
одиноко озираясь, вошла одна девушка. Все обратились к ней с удивлением и любопытством. Раскольников не узнал ее с первого взгляда. Это была Софья Семеновна Мармеладова. Вчера видел он ее в первый раз, но в такую минуту, при такой обстановке и в таком костюме, что в памяти его отразился образ совсем другого лица. Теперь это была скромно и даже бедно одетая девушка, очень еще молоденькая, почти похожая на девочку, со скромной и приличной манерой, с ясным, но как будто несколько запуганным лицом. На ней было очень простенькое домашнее платьице, на голове старая прежнего фасона шляпка, только в руках был по-вчерашнему зонтик. Увидав неожиданно полную комнату людей, она не то что сконфузилась, но совсем потерялась и оробела, как маленький ребенок, и было даже сделала движение уйти назад. «Ах, это вы?» — сказал Раскольников, в чрезвычайном удивлении.
Most people still today think that all entertainment to do with movies, drama, is therefore nothing more than their entertainment. It never ever was that case. The greatest social messages are promoted through movies and drama, high drama, through the fixation of emotive sequences, emotional sequences, not logical, factual sequences, but pushing points across in an emotional way which register and fix in the mind.
around at your life, your inward and your outward life, and take a look, shockingly, at the number of fears, timidities, anuses that you have. All overwhelming you, telling you how to talk, telling you how to live, telling you who to associate with. Your fears are living your life for you. You have no life of your own. And if you are angry already at what I said, it has just been proved.
Then the third quality, will I be able to understand the inner world of this individual from the inside? Will I be able to see it through her eyes? Will I be able to be sufficiently sensitive to move around inside the world of her feelings so that I know what it feels like to be heard, so that I can sense not only the surface meanings, but some of the meanings that lie somewhat underneath the surface. First of all, one question is, can I be real in a relationship? This has come to have an increasing amount of importance to me over the years. I feel that genuineness is another way of describing the quality I would like to have. I like the term congruence, by which I mean that what I'm experiencing inside is present in my awareness and comes out through my communication.
forget his evil ways and learn to love us. All who oppose them are indicted as warmongers. They say we offer simple answers to complex problems. Well, perhaps there is a simple answer. Not an easy answer, but simple. If you and I have the courage to tell our elected officials that we want our national policy based on what we know in our hearts is morally right, we cannot buy our security, our freedom from the threat of the bomb, by committing an immorality so great as saying to 1 billion human beings now enslaved behind the Iron Curtain, give up your dreams of freedom, because to save our own skins, we're willing to make a deal with your slave masters. Alexander Hamilton said, a nation which can prefer disgrace to danger is prepared for a master and deserves one. Now let's set the record straight. There's no argument over the choice between peace and war, but there's only one guaranteed way you can have peace, and you can have it in the next second. Surrender. Admittedly, there's a risk in any course we follow other than this, but every lesson of history tells us that the greater risk lies in appeasement. And this is the specter our well-meaning liberal friends refuse to face, that their policy of accommodation is appeasement. And it gives no choice between peace and war, only between fight or surrender. If we continue to accommodate, continue to back and retreat, eventually we have to face the final demand, the ultimatum. And what then? Well, Nikita Khrushchev has told his people he knows what our answer will be. He has told them that we're retreating under the pressure of the Cold War, and someday, when the time comes to deliver the final ultimatum, our surrender will be voluntary, because by that time, we will have been weakened from within spiritually, morally, and economically. He believes this because from our side, he's heard voices pleading for peace at any price, or better read than dead, or as one commentator put it, he'd rather live on his knees than die on his feet. And therein lies the road to war, because those voices don't speak for the rest of us. You and I know and do not believe that life is so dear and peace so sweet as to be purchased at the price of chains and slavery. If nothing in life is worth dying for, when did this begin? Just in the face of this enemy? Or should Moses have told the children of Israel to live in slavery under the Pharaohs? Should Christ have refused the cross? Should the patriots at Concord Bridge have thrown down their guns and refused to fire the shot heard round the world? The martyrs of history were not fools. And our honored dead, who gave their lives to stop the advance of the Nazis, didn't die in vain. Where then is the road to peace? Well, it's a simple answer after all. You and I have the courage to say to our enemies, there is a price we will not pay, there is a point beyond which they must not advance.
You know, Mr. Bailey, it happens every year in my class. There's always one dedicated know-it-all who feels called upon to criticize the teaching practices of this department, who's just got to save the youth and change the system. This year, the smartass is you. Why are you doing so poorly, Harry?
I thought I was doing fine.
was no money, then it'll be a better place. Cause I remember when I had no money, I had the most fun of my lifetime. The most fun. No money, I had so much fun. When I start getting money, that's when things get to going south, man. People get to looking at you different. Your homies get to, your family, your homies, everything just change. Money and fame change everything. Boys.
Get up from here now and walk to the moon. Okay? I can get up and walk to the moon. All right? I'm good now. I'm good to go. The reason why I'm doing this interview is because number one is I'm tired of this place, Manhattan. I'm sick of these people around here. And I'm leaving right now. I'm out of here. Okay? I'm going back to where I came from. If anybody see this tape and you know me, you know I tried, you know where I came from. You know what I used to be, and I'm gonna get it again. What?
Problems, troubled individuals, people in a good deal of distress.
Fragen eines lesenden Arbeiters. Wer baute das siebentorige Theben? In den Büchern stehen die Namen von Königen. Haben die Könige die Felsbrocken herbeigeschleppt und das mehrmals zerstörte Babylon? Wer baute es so viele Male auf? In welchen Häusern des goldstrahlenden Lima wohnten die Bauleute? Wohin gingen an dem Abend, wo die chinesische Mauer fertig war, die Maurer? Das große Rom ist voll von Triumphbögen. Über wen triumphierten die Cäsaren? Hatte das vielbesungene Byzanz nur Paläste für seine Bewohner? Selbst in dem sagenhaften Atlantis brüllten doch in der Nacht, wo das Meer es verschlang, die Ersaufenden nach ihren Sklaven. Der junge Alexander eroberte Indien. Er allein, Caesar schlug die Gallier. Hatte er nicht wenigstens einen Koch bei sich? Philipp von Spanien weinte, als seine Flotte untergegangen war. Weinte sonst niemand? Friedrich II. Siegte im 7-jährigen Krieg. Wer siegte außer ihm? Jede Seite ein Sieg. Wer kochte den Siegesschmaus? Alle 10 Jahre ein großer Mann. Wer bezahlte die Spesen? So viele Berichte, so viele Fragen.
Do you think we're living like that? Why do you think we're not living like that? I think it's because if we allowed ourselves to see what we do every day, we might just find it too nauseating. I mean, the way we treat other people. I mean, you know, every day, several times a day, I walk into my apartment building, the doorman calls me Mr. Gregory, and I call him Jimmy. Already, what's the difference between that and the southern plantation owner who's got slaves? See, I think that an act of murder is committed in that moment when I walk into that building. You know, because here's a dignified, intelligent man, a man of my own age, and when I call him Jimmy, then he becomes a child and I'm an adult because I can buy my way into the building.